This is my entry for this week's DreamSnap, Architectural Statement. So for this one, I wanted to do a Grecian Hercules inspired shot, and I really wanted to try and use the new sunny coastal villa in the foreground, to try and get the columns and stairs framing the shot. So I swapped my house to that, and tried to place them down in a way to get both of them in the shot, though getting them in the right spot was a struggle. And after a lot of finagling, I finally got them where I wanted, only to realize I can't hide the mailbox on my house, so I need to swap them. And back to trying to get them in the right spots. Now that they're placed, I need to start decorating. I wanted to try the new summer spectacle fountain, so I placed that near the middle. Tried to get a better angle, but the houses didn't really let me. Sorted by Hercules to try to find some items easier. And grabbed the Fountain of Thieves. I wasn't really sure where I wanted it, so I just put it there for now. Grabbed the mighty gazebo to use as my main structures, and created a bit of a circular layout. They didn't quite fit, so I had to scoot them a little. And put that one a little further back. I liked the curved marble bench, so I put that there for now. Grabbed Phil's statue, the floor column arch, and the small marble fountain, scooting the bench a bit, adding more Phil statues, adjusting the arch, and adding more. Adjusting the Thebes fountain, I was hoping it would be seeable through the gazebo, but I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it there. Adding some display pillars, and romantic arches. Adjusting placements, as I kinda liked them in front of the gazebos. Grabbed the divine column, as they kinda matched and I didn't mind them there. Grabbed the elegant stone fence. I wasn't sure what to do with it, so I put it aside in case I wanted it later. And grabbed a couple other items I thought could be cool, but wasn't sure what to do with, so I started a bit of a pile over there. Added the Grecian pillar in front of the other columns. Added the chariot lift to the maybe later pile. Went looking for anything else that might be interesting. Added the marble columns to the pile as an alternate column that I could possibly switch to. And decided that was good for now, and it was time to add some pathing. I grabbed the main street path, as I thought the coloring kinda matched the roofs, and thought the coloring would contrast all the white columns pretty well. Trying to fill in the empty spots, bringing it under the gazebos, adding more romantic arches. I didn't have enough for all the gazebos, but I liked them there. Adjusting the fountains, scooting the Thebes fountain to the back instead, adjusting the benches, and the new summer fountain was starting to feel a bit big for the area, so I got rid of it. Adding Hades' statue in the back, a masculine and feminine dancer to the sides, a couple seated lions by Hades, and a few perched ravens. Added a few more Thebes fountains, spinning them around to create a bit of a wall to help block off and fill in the area. The houses won't let me get a better angle, so checking in camera mode. And I like that. I'm a little annoyed about the corners that wouldn't let me put pathing, but hopefully I will be able to cover them or block them from view. I was considering hiding my character so I could showcase the architecture more, but I wasn't sure. Though either way, I needed to add more stuff as it was feeling a bit empty, and I should move one of the Thebes fountains, as it probably shouldn't be completely blocked off. So, scooting a fountain, adjusting the other, and went looking for some carts, barrels, or other items to scatter around. Considered the stone tree column, as I thought it could be interesting for the skyline. Debated the one with the lanterns, though I wasn't sure it quite fit the vibe. Tried adding it to the center, as the hanging lanterns could be pretty. Considered switching to the vine fountain instead, as the other one was feeling a bit small. Considered the bowstaff barrel, but I wasn't really sure where to put it, so it joined the maybe later pile, as did the pile of scrolls. Grabbed the rustic wooden crate, added a tall clay jar, and scattered in a few clay jars, twisting them at different angles so they weren't quite so repetitive. Added a couple half barrels, and a few old barrels. Considered the wooden bucket, but I wasn't feeling it. Added 2 carts, and scattered in a couple sacks. Added a few clay vases, checking how that's looking. I like that, but I want to move the cart closer. And I'm not feeling the tree columns. So, scooting the cart and cleaning up the tree columns. And I wasn't sure about the fountain. I liked the size, but I wasn't feeling the red-orange bushes. And the seaside village fountain is pretty much the same size, so swapping it in. That's feeling better, adjusting the cart. Trying to get a better angle, but can't. I like the magnolia bloom piles, but it didn't quite make sense without the magnolia trees. And I was going to check if I could add them, but got distracted by the pastel flower patch, and added a few in the background. And decided to try the thin cypress trees, scattering in a few, and now trying the magnolia trees. And they don't really fit in most places, but adding them where I can. Trying to swap in a few with the cypress trees, but it didn't fit. Adding a few smaller magnolia trees, scattering in some magnolia bloom paths, and some bloom piles. Checking how that's looking. I liked that, but I didn't like that the columns in the foreground weren't even, so I tried adjusting my placement to fix it, and it made it worse. And that tree was really annoying. Though I didn't mind the angled look, and I liked the idea of using Pegasus in the shot. Trying to get him in a good spot, and that feels way too blocking for a decor shot. Trying one of his poses instead, that's not a good spot. Scooting, trying again. Better, but it still feels a bit blocking, and a bit out of place for this shot. So, moving him out, getting back into place, once I find an opening. Trying the fox and squirrel poses. That let me show off the area better, but it feels a bit too low, so I want to try a lower second camera angle. To do that, I switched back into selfie mode, crouched, then uncrouched, switching back into second camera mode immediately. That felt better, but the camera is now being pushed closer. I like the closer shot, but it's cutting off a lot of the stairs and columns I had wanted in my foreground. If I change my angle, it stops pushing the camera, but I'm not sure about it. And I feel like it's emphasizing the grass I can't put pathing on. And I can't put anything on top of that spot either. Scooting a little, checking if that helped. I'm not sure. Trying different poses. Trying her facing away instead. Maybe? Trying normal second camera mode again. I like that better. But the skyline is feeling very empty, so I want to try using cloudy weather. That's feeling better. Adjusting her angle. I'm not really feeling her pose. And I kinda like the idea of adding Hades. He won't let me hang out with him, so using selfie mode to pull him closer. Getting back into position. Adding everyone else. And trying the footstool pose. I'm not sure. Something's feeling off, so I want to try Baby Pegasus pose instead. I like that, but the grass is really starting to bother me. Trying the lower angle again to see if that helps. Not really. And I kinda want to swap that bench for something else. So, scooting it and adding another column and some display pillars. Adding more vases and another Phil statue. And another raven. Adding a few more pink petals to help cover the grass. I don't like the pink Pegasus intersecting with the dress, so swapping poses to try and catch it when they are looking at the camera. And I like that better. The grass feels better with the petals on it, and I like the added vases in the back. Though I forgot to add my tags. Adding them. That should be plenty. And I thought adding some purple butterflies and fireflies could be pretty, and help fill in some of the skyline. And decided to try adding a few ground fountain tiles to the fountain as well. Checking how that's looking. Maybe a little too many butterflies. Getting rid of some. Checking if that's better. That feels better. But Hades doesn't want to move, so I guess that's where he's staying. And I don't mind him looking like he's scheming back there. Now I just need to get a good mix of clouds and butterflies. And I like that. I would have preferred more clouds, but I can't pass on the Mickey cloud. If you're curious, this snap took about 3 hours to do. Thank you for watching the video. Please like it if you found it at all helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more like this.